Hello, this is Sophia Rose, the Practical Mystic from Catalyst Resources. This video is kind of a part 2 that comes after the video about being grounded in your body. So I highly recommend that you look at that one first and try some of that out. But this talk will emphasize more the concept of energetic boundaries as well as psychological boundaries. But being grounded is where it all begins. Obviously, if you're not even present in your own body, you can't exactly own your energy and power and expand your aura to have the strong energetic boundaries to keep out human and non-human negative energies, as well as the EMFs, which is electromagnetic field pollution, from all the electronics we're surrounded with and have attached to our bodies. When I perform an initial, very detailed and comprehensive energy assessment before any of my sessions, regardless of the work that we're doing, the most common thing I find is that my clients are ungrounded and have minimal to no boundaries. And I evaluate that in 2 different ways. First is the actual aura surrounding the body, emanating from the chakras spinning and the meridians flowing, etc. I'm sure you've all heard of the aura, and I'm not going to go into great scientific detail about what that is here. I will address that in some of my other energy routines on YouTube videos. But for practical purposes, what's important now to know is that the aura contains and stores a lot of energy from you and from the outside world, including all of your thoughts and emotions and other people's if you're particularly sensitive. It can even absorb the collective unconscious psyche of the whole planet. And imagine out of 7 billion people how much anger, sadness, fear, and angst are flying around the atmosphere for your antenna to tune into. It's like we're walking around with a big satellite dish attached to us, and we are also broadcasting from our own inner energy as well. A healthy aura can extend 7 feet in every direction, because some people can actually see these and measure them, and we have instruments that will do the same. You can even try it yourself with a dowsing rod that will open up when you get to the edge of someone's aura. So anytime you're just standing there thinking you're taking up space on the planet, you're most likely overlapping and mingling with someone else's energy field directly. This is people you come in contact with daily, including on the job and your everyday activities, with your family and friends, but also with strangers. So many clients report to me that they feel drained by other people's energy, and that's totally unnecessary. You just have to learn how to fortify and use the aura as your energetic shield, which is partly what it's there for, as a filter between you and the world, especially if you consider yourself to be very open and intuitive. Unfortunately, many of my clients, especially the young people who are naturally endowed with more psychic and healing abilities, feel so bombarded with external forces coming at them that they can't control, that they shy away from or completely relinquish using these abilities, especially the indigo children that you might be familiar with, and you might be one yourself. Also, if you're sitting in front of a computer much of the day or hooked up to cell phones and electrical devices, and then going home to your house filled with electrical appliances and wiring, etc., that is another insult to the sensitive, subtle bodies and systems of the energy anatomy, which I go into in more detail in other videos. Another big reason people feel drained by the energy of others, though, is because of how they psychologically perceive their role in perspective to someone else. If you are someone who has a hard time saying no, stays longer than you want to listening to people's problems and negative talk, who takes on more obligations than you're comfortable with, who does things or behaves in a way to get love and approval from others, if you often put others' needs before your own, or don't even know how to express what your needs and wants are, or feel unsafe or unworthy to, then these are obviously much deeper issues that need to be addressed, more systemically than merely a band-aid symptomatic relief from doing energy exercises. However, these will still keep you afloat until you resolve those underlying beliefs that you need to be codependent and an enabler to other people. I have many methods for accessing these conscious and unconscious beliefs and healing them at their source. And I would love to share that with you if this is a challenge for you. Just as with being grounded in your body, once the underlying issues are resolved, the system will automatically start to reflect that more and not require these ongoing efforts to maintain a healthy state. Then you can just utilize the tools you have to give yourself that extra boost when you're going into a heavily loaded emotional encounter, being around toxic or chaotic people, entering a hospital, a nursing home, or a prison, those kinds of extreme environments and circumstances. I use it frequently with all the homeless people we have in San Diego who are often mentally ill, intoxicated, or sick, with nasty negative entities attached to them. I don't have to avoid contact or turn my gaze away like I used to. I can even speak to them and give them the human dignity and compassion and warmth they deserve, while all the time I'm breathing out and expanding my aura to be rock hard. When I haven't done that with these kinds of people, I often go home and find these astral hitchhikers attached to me, and I have to process them and send them into the light. A special warning for those of you who drink or do drugs or know someone who does. You are making yourself especially vulnerable to these troublesome attachments to the aura because it becomes very weak and porous, and you are vacating your body to some extent when you're intoxicated. Years ago, I had a clairvoyant friend who could see things. And when we would go out dancing in bars and we didn't drink, we just went to dance and have a good time, she would see the astral entities hanging out on the ceiling. So the next time you think about going out and having a hookup, remember that image. These entities often were addicts themselves, and they are attracted to addictive behaviors and addictive sensations. So they will be attracted to you and go home with you. I have another video that goes into this in more detail under the guides and channeling section. So my final statement to you is honor this sacred vessel that you were given. And as it was said so well in Star Wars, may the Force be with you. Namaste. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe so you'll get notice of future ones, and check out my website at catalystresource.com, which is listed also at the bottom. Thank you.